Hi guys, so basically this is going to be kind of a short video. I think I'm just going to basically, I've got a few notes down here on my iPad just so I don't forget everything, so I can cover everything.
I have a few notes in front of me here and I want to make sure that I hit every single point and that I don't miss anything.
I'm really feeling like James Charles here, not really like, not in a scandal or anything, just doing a YouTube video. But, just some tips on kind of what to do, like, cause obviously I know GCSE period is coming up now and I did them last year. And yeah, just a few tips and kind of what to do, like how to revise last minute, like all that good stuff, you know. So yeah, let's go on with the video. The first thing I would say to do is what worked for me anyway, is I would record myself saying like vital bits of information. So this tends to work more for subjects like English, especially English literature, things like maths and stuff. There's not really many ways to revise last minute. Like if you're trying to revise the day before a maths exam and you've not done anything else, you might as well not bother, because it's such a wide like spectrum, especially if you're on the higher paper. It's too much really to learn all in one day. You can't really teach it faster. Basically, if you've not revised, you've not revised. I didn't revise for mine and I was alright. You've just got to hope for good luck, you know what I mean? And that's kind of one of the things. But for English literature, I found that if you record yourself saying like quotes, or I don't know, you could say like, I don't really know what else you can say really, but I did it more for quotes off of like the poems or the books. So I did Blood Brothers, Romeo and Juliet and A Christmas Carol. So I'd just be voice noting myself saying all these like quotes. I wish I could repeat them now, but I've actually forgotten. So that's what happens when you revise last minute. You don't really get it stuck in your head really. It only really stays for a little bit. But if you've got a few days before the exam, I would record that and then just listen to it back over and over again. And if you can like make a sequence of it, or like make it, not, I don't know how to say it, anagram maybe the word in. You know, where you do like S's for this, B for that, for that. So you could do something like that, you know, so you can remember it. So you can make a word like, I don't know, like say words like locks or something. So if you're doing an RE exam, you could be like, oh, L is for love thy neighbour. Something like that, you know what I mean? So it really helps, especially if you're kind of audible, and that's not the word, but like learner, which I'm not in most cases, but I am last minute. So that also worked really well for my performing arts practical exams. So if any of you are doing that, you probably won't be now GCSE period, but anyone like in year 10 or whatever wants to have some tips on that, that also worked really well for that. So I'd record myself saying like my whole script, like the whole thing through, or sometimes maybe even get someone else to say it. So it does get a bit sick and tired listening to your own voice. A bit different when you do like YouTube videos like this, because obviously when I edit it, I'm listening to myself over and over again, even if it's only like a 10-minute video for maybe like an hour. I'm just listening to myself talk over and over again. But if you're kind of not that way inclined, like it worked for me anyway at the time to get my teacher to read it, record it, and then I'd listen to it back in class, or I'd even, it sounds a bit sad, but even like on the way home from school, or like on the way home from school, or I love how fast it is. The hot one's like, nope, not today. But yeah, on the way home from school, or even to school, I found even I'd listen to it like once before I went like to sleep. So it was like the last thing in my mind. So I heard that apparently that helps. I mean, whether or not it does, don't know, but so yeah, that's kind of my first little like tip or trick, like hashtag life hacks, to do like audible, like You used to call me on my cell phone, yeah.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
So my next tip might sound a bit stupid, but it is actually just don't stress. Like, if you've not done revision all the way up to the night before, there's no point stressing about that now because you've got no one to blame but yourself. Like, I know I do probably sound like your teachers right now, but you have got no one else to blame but yourself. Like, if you've not done revision like I didn't, the only person I've got to blame for on results day is me. But there's also nothing else you can do at this point now. You've made that decision to go all the way up until halfway through May when GCSEs start without revising, which is fine. That's what I did. I'm not saying, oh, revise. I'm not a teacher. I didn't revise. But you can't get disappointed on results day. Obviously, somehow I just managed to pass, but I do think that is because I didn't stress. Because I know someone, obviously I'm not going to name her on here, but revised every single night for their maths exam, like literally was getting upset about it and all sorts, like hours and hours and hours of revision every night, not just for maths but for all the subjects, like hours and hours and hours, and then got in the maths exam and failed. And then you've got someone like me that didn't revise, and I did only get a C, granted, so it's not brilliant. There were people that got higher than me, but I didn't do any revision. But my best tactic was just go into the exam, just stay calm, you know, walk in, just chill, like sit, relax on your chair.
Why don't we just relax and turn on the radio? Would you like M or Finn?
I don't like, you know, just relax on your chair, like, be confident about it, make sure you've got all your equipment and stuff. I do think where you're sitting in the room does help as well. So I was sat like in kind of like a middle row, like backwards. Say you were like the front of the room, it was like middle row back, but then I was like right at the end, like next to the wall. So that was quite nice. So it was chill, like you've just got to be confident about it, even if you're not really very confident about it.
What's wrong with being confident?
Like, I was almost certain that I was going to fail all my science exams, but I still went in with the same confidence that I went into, like, my drama exam, that I knew I was going to pass. Like, it's just kind of one of them things, like, I feel like the more confident you are, the better you perform. Because I do think it's bad that, like, the whole system really is, it doesn't matter what kind of person you are, it doesn't matter about any of that. It's all just based on these few sheets of paper with questions on. Determines what you do next with your life, which is bad, but that's how it is. But just don't stress about it. Like, if you've not revised, you've not revised. Like, at the end of the day, like, what are you going to do about it now? Nothing. I didn't do anything about it. I didn't revise. I did alright, but I could have done better. And I do know that, but I also knew that before I decided not to revise. I knew that in my head, if I decided not to revise, I wasn't going to get great results. And I didn't revise, and I didn't get great results. I got okay results. I'm not saying, oh my god, my GCSEs were so bad. Oh my god, I failed everything, because I didn't. And there were people that did worse than me that did revise. But that's because they were getting stressed about it. And I feel like if you go into the exam stressed, your whole memory kind of like gets all discombobbled, like feeling really discombobbled out here, like. And if you just stay calm, focused, like don't worry about the time either. That's a big thing. I feel like don't be like, oh my god, I've got like an hour left. Oh my god, I've got half an hour left. Oh my god, I've got 10 minutes left until you've got like 5 minutes left. Just try not to look at the clock at all. Just write. When you're done, if you've got time, go through it again. But also, I didn't really go through my exams that much again, because I'm one of them people that feels like, why would I answer it wrong? I know that might be stupid to say, but I feel like I've not answered it wrong. There's no point going through it again. But I did it in my GCSEs, obviously, because kind of got to put a bit more effort into it. But yeah, that is kind of my second tip. Stay, don't stress, which is a bit of a stupid tip, you know what I mean? Obviously you're going to be stressed about your GCSEs, but really one of my main like things that I would say from someone that has already done their GCSEs, they don't matter as much as everyone says they do. Like, as long as you can barely pass English language and maths, honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, a lot of the higher tier colleges require a bit more than that, but as long as you can do the bare minimum, and even if you don't manage that, honestly, it's fine still. Like I've got like friends that failed everything, like every single one of their GCSEs, and they're still in college, like they're still doing what they wanted to do before their GCSEs. Like, they're not as much of a big deal as everyone makes them out to be. Like, I feel like they're hyped up to be like, oh, don't fail your GCSEs, don't fail your GCSEs, it'll ruin your life. But it's not like that. Like, I barely scraped through mine. Like, I got C's in pretty much everything, which isn't bad, but like, I would have only just got them C's. Like, I didn't do well, and I'm fine. Like, I'm doing an accounting and business course in the same room as all these kids that revised every night and got 8s and 9s in all their GCSEs. So it really doesn't matter. Like, but it does. Obviously, you need to care about GCSEs. Like, I'm not saying, oh, don't care about them, no, just don't even bother going, but they're not as big of a deal as they're made out to be, and that is just the Jesus, you know. That's the, well, that T. And but yeah, realistically, like I've already kind of mentioned before, as long as you can kind of do English language, which is the easier English exam, let's face it, especially if you've done a revision, English language is the easier English exam. And maths, which, especially if you're doing the foundation paper, come on, like, you guys are all on the foundation paper, especially if you're in like set 1 or 2, like, really it's easy. Because people in set 1 and 2 should really be doing the high paper. I did the foundation paper, I was in set 2. And most of my class did, to be honest, but really everyone in set 1 and 2, and half of set 3 really, should all be doing the high paper. And if you're not, it's not too difficult, honestly. But honestly, I think that'll probably wrap this video up. Sorry, it's just a short one, but I think I'm going to start posting 2 times a week now. So there will probably be a few, like probably one of the 2 videos a week will probably just be like a quick sit down chat about something going on at the moment. Like, I think one of the next videos I'm going to do is the whole eating the recommended portion sizes video, but that will obviously take quite a long time to film. That'll be quite a big, not big production obviously, but be a bit more of a thing than just this is just sitting down and chatting about GCSEs. It'll be a bit more of a it'll be a whole day video for a start. I'll be recording and filming all day. There'll be a lot of content to edit, and then bigger videos will probably tend to go up on the Sunday upload. Although the one I uploaded, it's actually Monday today, and I actually uploaded my Sunday video today because of personal problems on the Sunday. I don't know if there'll be one going up this Sunday the 26th of May. That also might have to go up Monday, or I might do it Saturday if it's ready, because it's my mum's birthday on the Sunday. So if I get a few free hours around like 4 and 5, I'll upload it on Sunday. But if I'm out and busy, obviously I won't be able to upload it on Sunday, and if it gets too late, it's not really worth it because no one will see it anyway. But yeah, I think that'll wrap up this video. So yeah, if you've got any questions about GCSEs, literally add me on Snapchat or DM me on Instagram or anything, and I'll honestly answer any questions, because obviously coming from someone that's done it, but also not someone like unjaded Jade, like that got like all 9 GCSEs, someone like me that did pretty average. If you need any tips or advice, feel free to hit me up, because I do know that it is quite a stressful period for some people. But yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe down below, and that'll be it from me. Bye. Hola. Bonjour. Hola. So, I am not starting the video like that. That is so cringe without the animation. Okay, so the first thing. Also, quick interlude. Does anybody else do this thing where they'll like close a bottle and then they can't open it again? That might just be me, but like that happens. And then what I do is I get a pen and then I like stab a hole in it. So that's what I've done here. And then what you have to do, hashtag tutorial on how to drink a drink when you can open the bottle. And then I do just do like this. And just drink it outside of the bottle. I'll probably cut all this out. If this makes it to the internet, I'll be surprised because that was a stupid story. Like a G6, like a G6, I'm so fly, like a G6, like a G6, like a G6, blah 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 blah, like a G6. Then you know how to run a business, okay?